Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Konjume Francina, a final year student of the University of Buea under the Faculty of Education. I'm here to present the second part of this unit, which is titled Approaches to Educational Planning. I'll begin with the manpower requirement approach. This approach consists of analysis of skilled manpower requirements of the economic, and from which a calculation is made kinds and levels of education required to meet them. It deals with the future demand for educated manpower to be provided by the educational system. It is labor-oriented and emphasis is placed on the educational output. This approach entails making projections and forecasts. I will define a forecast as an attempt to spell out the implications of target output figures when economic development is deliberately manipulated by the state, while a projection, on the other hand, is an attempt to foresee the conditions that result from the play of spontaneous economic forces. The general objectives of this approach is that 1. To provide appropriate and adequate supply of human resources to meet the needs and to ensure development of the educational system. To quantify shortage and surpluses of human resources. And the last one is to utilize effectively and appropriately the human resources available. Next point we are going to see under this approach is how the government of Cameroon uses the approach. 1. The government of Cameroon creates training centers to train citizens. It also creates enterprises. The government of Cameroon also creates fishing farming, and it also recruits teachers based on the national needs. The next point we are going to discuss here is the criticisms of manpower requirement approach. It is highly criticized for its weakness of data, crude assumptions, and methodological inadequacy. The manpower method also focuses only on the quantity of manpower needed and not with the cost of producing it. It is also criticized for being observed to be in terms of highly leveled manpower, that is, concentrating on increasing the skilled manpower. Meanwhile, those who are doing the labor are unskilled and uneducated people who are producing the bulk of the gross national product of the country. It is also criticized for being narrow focus on vocational training at the expense of the general education. This can result in students who are highly skilled in specific technical areas but who lack a broader knowledge and critical thinking skills needed to adapt to the changing job market or to pursue careers in other fields. Another criticism is that manpower requirement approach can be overly focused on the need of industry rather than the needs of students. And this results in education systems that are highly influenced by the demand of employers rather than being driven by the interests and aspirations of the students themselves. It is also criticized for its potential to perpetuate social and economic inequalities. For example, if certain types of educations are seen more valuable than the others, it makes the student look the situation, especially those from the disadvantaged background, as less likely to have access to education and training they need to succeed in the job market. The third approach we are going to look at is the cost-benefit approach, which is also called the rate of return analysis, and it is a systematic comparison of the magnitude of costs and benefit of some form of investment in order to assess the economic profitability. There are three main methods used in the cost benefit approach. One of them is the benefit cost ratio method. The second one is the net discounted present value method. And the last method is the internal rate of return method. We are going to see how the government of Cameroon applies this method. One, the abolition of primary school fees. Here, the government abolished the payment of fees in the primary school, making a significant rise in enrollment in the year 2003. Two, it also prioritized education zones, that is, identifying zones where school attendance was low and gender